Ed from Texas. They say that songwriting will soon become a lost art because of the changes happening on the business end. I hear that if mechanicals and other royalty rates take a dive, songwriters won't be able to make a living. Do you see that coming? I'll keep writing songs. I don't make much at it anyway. But will this drive a lot of good established writers out of the business? Probably. I don't know. I mean, I think that we as the professional songwriting community, we're powerful enough, I think, that we wouldn't let the government completely screw us. And at the end of the day, the one thing that everybody needs more than anything in the music business are songs. So the people that are really getting screwed are the record executives, radio people, because radio's dead. Do you know anybody that listens to the radio? Nobody listens to the radio. So the record executives and radio program directors and music directors and people like that are the ones that are being affected the most dramatically, and with few exceptions, they have it coming to them because they weren't very nice people. My joke now is, how do you know when you're talking to a radio program director? He's the guy that says, "You want fries with that?" That's my favorite joke right now, by the way. It's just that radio people and a lot of music executives got so arrogant and they treated so many people like shit, and now they're the ones that are in trouble. So there is karma. Karma's a bitch. As far as the songs, keep writing, dude, because the business is always going to need songs more than it needs anything else. Okay, Stephanie from Georgia. I've always wanted to play the piano. Your music has always inspired me to want to learn more. I'd love to hear you play the piano. Thank you. How did you get started playing, and how long did you take lessons? Well, I'm a hack piano player. Even worse hack guitar player. I'm not a great musician. I can fool you into thinking that I can play songs that I write, but if you threw me in a band, like when I played with Ringo Starr, it was tons of rehearsal, and I still kind of sucked. You know, like my buddy Matt Scannell, he's a badass guitar player. Badass. As I was saying about what a hack musician I am, Matt Scannell, my buddy, for example, is a really great guitar player, like awesome guitar player. And I surround myself with great musicians. So let's just get clear that I'm not a great piano player or guitar player. In fact, there are very, very, very few things I do particularly well. I started playing piano when I was 5, and I took about 6 lessons, and I hated my teacher so much. He was this old guy that was just a total drag. And even at 5, I begged and pleaded with my parents, "Please don't make me go back there." So they let me quit. And then I started taking guitar lessons when I was about 11 with this wonderful woman named Sally Miller. I'll never forget her name. And I studied with her for a couple of years. And then when I started writing songs when I was like 14, 15, I found myself going back to the piano. And there's somebody at my door. Gosh. Steve Hornbeat coming to get me for sound check. Okay, part 3. Well, this is a long question to answer. I started playing the piano again when I was about 13 or 14 because as a songwriter I really felt like I needed all the notes I could get under my fingers. And so I started teaching myself songs off the radio and figuring out different voicings on the piano. And I've never really had formal piano training. I've never studied, and that's why I suck. So I always tell people, including my own kids, take piano lessons, take piano lessons, take piano lessons. I wish I had. Helen from upstate New York. I'm always blown away by how fantastic your songs sound musically and lyrically. I love these questions. Even those recorded by other artists. I was wondering, do you prefer to use the piano or the guitar when writing a new song? Okay, I'm going to answer this question and maybe one more, and then I'm going to have to run the sound check. But it depends on the song. I mean, I do find myself in the last 5 or 6 years, when I write a song, I just instinctively grab an acoustic guitar. For whatever reason, the songs that I've written in the last 5 or 6 years, I think they live in guitars more than they do in a piano. But then again, you know, months ago, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I sat down at the piano, and through my veins, this new song that I've been playing live and will be on the new album just was there. And I would never have written that song on the guitar. So they're equally powerful instruments and very important writing tools for me, both the piano and the guitar. Okay, one more question, and then I'm going to sign off for now. Deb from Maryland, can you tie a cherry stem into a knot with your tongue? Okay, we have to answer another question. Saida from Trinidad and Tobago. Hi, Richard. Has there ever been a time when you were disappointed with your audience, their reactions, responses, or behavior? Well, yeah. In fact, I've gotten in a little trouble recently for that because I was ragging on the Milwaukee and Thunder Bay audiences because they, as an audience, in terms of response, based upon what we were giving out, they sucked. Not everybody. There's always people in the audience that are awesome audience members, but when they're overpowered by people who are just sitting there like this, that's no fun. And I think it's kind of weird because historically, people, it's okay to criticize singers and performers and songwriters. We get criticized all the time and we're supposed to just suck it up and take it. But if you criticize an audience, ooh, they get pissed off. Well, street runs both ways, baby. So we always come out and do the best show we possibly can. And we just want the audience to have a pulse. That's sort of the joke around here lately is, did the audience have a pulse? So yes, there have been a few. I can honestly say that 99% of the audiences I've played to have been great. And I can't remember the last bad audience we've had. Probably those two, Thunder Bay and Milwaukee. So yes, sometimes the audience just sucks. Okay, I'm going to do another part 2 of this in a few days, but I'm leaving you now from Niagara Falls, Ontario, and I hope you guys are doing great, and I thank you for my career. Thanks for letting me do this for a living. It's awesome.